Welcome back to Catch Up with Kai and Cohen. This is Kai, and I'm here with Cohen. And today we're starting off our anime book club. This is episode 1. What did we choose to watch, Cohen?
Actually, I forgot to mention something. You know how we introduced this last week?
Yeah.
We forgot to mention that this is our Thursday series.
Oh,
so just in case that people were looking forward to
we could put it on
Tuesday.
We could put it on Tuesday.
I mean, this one's going on Thursday. Though,
Okay.
So might as well keep this
so
Thursday.
So Thursdays will be recurring book club day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. But anyways, we decided last week on 2 anime. So we were watching 2 episodes per anime. The first one we chose was Hat Atelier. And then the second one was Nippon Sangoku.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we watched 2 episodes of each, the first 2 episodes. And then I think we'll start off with Witch Hat. How's that sound?
Okay, sure.
Yeah. So
that's reverse order for me. I watched Nippon Sangoku first. And
then,
really?
Yeah, okay. Well, that'll be interesting because maybe like
you did it the other way.
Yeah, because maybe I'll be biased towards some sort of way, and you'll be biased. But yeah, let's start with Witch Hat and see how it goes. The general format we were actually talking about, is that we'll try to take it pretty chronologically, like both the way we watched it and like the timeline. For example, talking about each episode. Like one first and then second, talking about the intro and how it progresses to the episodes, the outro, and how it transitions to the subsequent episodes, and just our general thoughts on it.
Yeah, so we'll try our best to keep it in order. Maybe some details will scatter around here or there. But do you want to? Are we gonna talk about what we liked more right now, or say that? Okay.
So I can start. The Witch Hat. So the intro, I thought it was mid.
You thought the intro was mid? I gave a numbered rating to all of the intros and endings.
Okay. What was the rating for
this one? For the opening for Witch Hat, I gave it a 7 out of 10.
Well, I guess to be fair, actually, I don't think they played the opening in the first episode.
No, they didn't. It was the second episode.
Yeah, but we can comment on it. You gave it a 7. I give it a 5.
A 5?
Yeah.
Damn.
For me personally, it wasn't there wasn't like a catchy chorus or hook.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it was a little bit mundane. It was a bit boring for me.
Yeah, so I specifically decided to... Did you write down your ratings?
No, but I can just come up with
Okay, so I specifically wrote them down because... Maybe it's because I've only seen 2 episodes so far, but I actually didn't find any of the songs... Well, I guess like spoiler, but I didn't find any of the songs to be particularly like memorable.
Yeah, in Witch Hat?
Yeah. So yeah, I give it a 7.
Like it wasn't horrible.
Yeah, no, it wasn't. But I was gonna ask, how harsh are you in your rating systems? Because I think I'm like, for me, a 5 is like truly average. You know, I think for a lot of people, like a 7 is kind of average. So what do you think? Like, is 5 like actually average?
This was like really average for me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you're like honest about.
Yeah, like nothing really stood out for me personally. I really like melodies.
Mm-hmm.
Personally, the melody for this opening I thought it was pretty mid. Like this is something that I would skip on subsequent episodes.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Did you listen to just the intro, or like did you go on YouTube and listen to the full version?
No, just the intro.
Yeah, but sometimes like the full version is
That's true.
Like a hidden banger, you know.
But you gave it a 7.
Yeah, I gave it a 7, and
since thought it was better than average.
Well, the thing is, yes, I did think it was better than average, but I'm realizing that I might have been like comparing it to the other intros that I listened to. Like or specifically comparing it to the Nippon Sangoku opening and ending that I had listened to already before listening to the Witch Hat opening. So I think subconsciously I was actually comparing it to those 2 instead of giving it like a truly like unbiased rating.
Yeah. Okay.
But for now, I was sick by that 7 for now.
Okay, that's fair. Would you skip now the opening subsequent episodes, or would you continue to listen to the openings?
I'm gonna continue to listen to it just in case it like grows on me a little bit, you know.
Actually, that's fair. That could definitely happen.
Yeah,
like I think that happened to me for a lot of openings actually.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyways, now going into the actual first episode, a few thoughts I had. I thought it was amazing.
Me too.
Really pretty art. You know how it's like, I don't know the actual art term for it, but it's like very traditional European medieval folklore type of like drawing vibe, which I really, really enjoy. And one of my favorite parts throughout the episode was like the book scenes.
Yeah.
You know how when they open the book And then it comes to like 3D depiction.
Yeah,
I thought that was really cool.
it's like a scene from like Cinderella, the old
yeah,
time Cinderella.
exactly. Yeah, I thought that was really sick.
Yeah,
and they did that for quite a lot of the transitions actually. Yeah, and I thought that was really cool, like the animation and art.
Not just the art, but those pop-up books as well.
Yeah. The pop-up book. Yeah. So I thought that was really neat. And then it was a very gentle introduction, but yet still like inquisitive. Like it makes you curious about this witch world.
Yeah.
What about you? What are your thoughts?
I personally loved the introduction to Coco, our main character.
Yeah.
I thought she's such a cute little girl. She's so sweet, gentle. The opening scene with the deer, hesitant with the water pool, and she's like kindly, calmly talks to the deer, reassures it. I mean, I don't know if the deer can understand. Maybe it's like a magic deer, maybe it isn't, but reassures the deer that, you know, it's a magic pool and it'll turn back to normal soon.
Mm-hmm. It's very whimsical in the beginning.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess even throughout the entire episode is very whimsical, very light. Mm-hmm. And I liked seeing Coco's passion towards magic.
Yeah.
Like I really like passion. You know, in anime.
Super endearing.
Yeah.
And I also thought the OST was super lovely.
Oh yeah,
all the like calm soundtracks while she's walking back home through the forest or just in her home. I really enjoyed the calm OST. I thought it was great. Mm-hmm. It's a good sign for me when music is so good.
That's true.
The early episodes of an anime.
Yeah, and I think in this scene in the first episode, like I forgot what her exact line of work is, like with her mom, but they make
like
like clothes,
tailors.
right? Yeah. And then the scene where she's like a master at making doing the tailoring for Kifuri. I thought that was really, really graceful.
Yeah, really interesting and like a slight foreshadowing as well.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And what did you think of Kifuri when you first meet him?
I mean, like I guess he's cool. I mean, I think it was a cop out a little bit, like design wise, like cool wise. I mean, it's like, you know, Gojo, Kakashi ish.
Oh yeah.
Like he's very cool, like no doubt about it. But,
you know, to be honest, he's not that cool.
No, I'm talking about the design.
Oh, okay. Yeah, even that. I mean,
oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, I don't think he's that cool. I think one complaint I already have about this anime is something that I kind of alluded to in our like episode 0, where we were just talking about book club, which is although the characters in Witch Cat are so adorable, they're also like kids. And as an extension, Kifuri also looks like very young to me.
Yeah.
Even though I'm sure he's like an adult, but he looks young, like a teenage boy kind of. So he doesn't come across like as badass to me as someone like Kakashi. Yeah. Like he doesn't look like a warrior or something, you know, like a battle-hardened guy.
Yeah.
But he is. Yeah. But there's a scene in episode, I don't know if we'll get to it in a bit, but that scene in I think it was episode 1, right?
What?
The scene where he like starts doing magic.
Yeah.
Like cool magic and stuff.
Yeah. Actually, I have to say, so far he's pretty boring.
Yeah.
Like nothing really about him, to be honest.
Unassuming.
Yeah, exactly.
You can't even really tell if he's like some like crazy super strong guy, like a Gojo character, because so far he's been completely unassuming. Hasn't really, even when you look at him, he just got like a normal ass pointy party hat, you know, for a witch hat.
Yeah, maybe that is like the author's intention, to make him
totally
kind of like unassuming, like you don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah,
if it worked, because I thought he was like somewhat boring, like kind of cool, but boring at the same time.
I would say I'm a little unimpressed at the start.
Yeah, that's fair. Completely fair. A little bland, I would say.
Yeah.
And then what'd you think about like the witch clothes like Kifuri had?
Oh, they're pretty cool. It reminds me of like shows like you said, like European shows like Vinland Saga, where they have like similar kind of clothes like that. I thought it was pretty nice, pretty cool. It didn't particularly stand out to me though.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, you've seen a lot of Black Clover, right? And in that is like really magic-y.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, in Black Clover, yeah, it was not bad, but it wasn't like exceptionally cool, the character design in Black Clover.
But magic's like a big theme in Black Clover, right?
Yeah.
Do they have like anything unique or particularly eye-catching in terms of character designs?
Well, in Black Clover, they have what's called like grimoires.
Right. Yeah.
Where,
I watched like 30 episodes or something.
The magic that they encast in Black Clover itself is really cool. Like, I mean, we haven't seen too much in Witch Hat, but in Black Clover, I think the animation and the art surrounding the magic is super cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, so then in the first episode, we get this scene, Coco, who was really into magic for some reason, which she later tells that she met this kind of suspicious guy who just gave her like a book. And
wasn't it a girl?
Was it a girl?
I think it was a lady witch, old lady witch.
Okay.
Oh, but yeah, around that time, I began. Well, actually, from the very beginning, the interactions between Coco and her mom. Did you notice how like quick Coco's mom is to instantly shut down Coco's
good catch.
passion for magic? I noticed that, and it happened that basically every single opportunity she had to shut down Coco's love and passion for magic, she did so. And I thought, why is mom so mean? I mean, I know, being an adult, I'm sure she has a reason.
She did say that she lost her husband. Like
yeah, but
Coco's
she didn't say it was
but
to
not
illness.
Specific to magic, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she said to illness.
To illness. Yeah. But then we never know. Like maybe her dad was like a witch or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, mom wasn't too encouraging of her passion for magic. Yeah.
Yeah, that made me a little sad. Again, I'm sure that the mom has some kind of reason for this attitude. But it still made me a little sad to not see a parent support a child who clearly loves something so much.
Yeah, and then it's in the first episode where we get introduced to how magic works in this world.
Yes.
Like it's not like you cast something as you say something, you like wiggle around a wand, you draw like a circle. I thought that was really cool.
I did too. I specifically like it because so they draw the magic, and when you first see it, you start kind of asking questions like, okay, hold on. If they're like having to draw these like transmutation circles from Full Metal Alchemist,
that's what literally reminded me.
Yeah, they're like drawing transmutation circles in a fight. That takes fucking long,
Yeah.
Like even in Full Metal Alchemist, they did a decent job of the transmutation circles, like quickly drawing it onto the ground, and then you're able to shoot long range magic. But then in this show, it seems the first scene that you see magic is him very complicatingly repairing a carriage.
Yeah.
But when I saw that, I started thinking like, how exactly are they going to be using this to do like other complex things, because it took him so long or at least it seems like it took him so long to draw that complex magical pattern.
But I kind of like it. Because it's like I feel like if you have this as a baseline, like you can't just come up with a very broken power system being like, oh, I can just cast anything I want. Maybe, but then for now it's like you got to build on it. So
I like it because this scene, I think, was specifically set up to subvert our expectations, set our expectations low, because to skip a little bit ahead to the end of the episode, there's a scene where we get to see, because at this point, I think like, okay, this magic is kind of slow. There's a lot of setup involved. It's pretty complex. But then near the end of the episode, we get to see Keyfree kind of show the limits of magic, without having to draw a bunch of circles, being able to do all this magic.
Yeah. So I like the fact that it's like, in a way, a little bit realistic. Like it's not like this power that can solve every single problem in the world. It has its limitations, it has its rules. Almost like, once again, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, or the original like transmutation circle, and just alchemy itself, there's like a give and take exchange. And then this is kind of a little bit I see here.
Well, there is one hole that I see, and it's that so far it appears that magic doesn't actually not require any kind of resource, except for the ink, the magical ink. Yeah. So a person, like presumably a child, could endlessly just keep doing magic over and over as long as they had some ink. I hope there's something else actually develops to explain that it's not just like freebies, because at this point it kind of does seem like freebies if you can just conjure whatever you want and it doesn't drain any of your own like power or energy or anything like that.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping, and I'm also a little bit expecting that magic won't be so free in this world.
Yeah. I mean, that's one thing I kind of had. That was my issue about it. Because, in the first episode, Coco casts this like forbidden magic, basically. Yep. And then Keyfree explains how, I guess a little bit later on, like this is kind of one of the reasons why magic was cast away from the general public, because it's pretty accessible. But then my thinking was that when this was happening is, if this is so dangerous and this is so accessible, like Keyfree just kind of told Coco to not to bother him while he was drawing magic. So that made it seem like it was very fickle and frivolous. Like
he was kind of like baiting her.
No, it was more. It's almost like, if this was something that could like turn the world around, I would have taken this more seriously, like like completing magic to repair this wagon, instead of just asking some kid to, be a lookout so that no one peeks. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then Coco just saw and she's like, oh, you just try it. And that's really how it worked.
I guess maybe his thinking was because, mages are able to erase memories. maybe that's why they're a little bit
yeah.
nonchalant about this, because what happens with Coco is, I'm sure for him, it's like such an unrealistic scenario that who would even think about it? Because so it develops that there's like some kind of evil organization of evil mages, and they might have had this like book with forbidden spells, and supposedly they had been distributing those books with forbidden spells. And what are the odds that this girl that was spying on Kifri learns how to do this magic, and then also is in possession of this book with forbidden magic, and then she decides to do the forbidden magic? You know, I'm sure he thought like, even if someone catches me doing magic and they find out how to do magic, I'll just go wipe their memories and it's all good.
Yeah.
You know?
So then what do you think about the interaction at the very end of episode 1 where she cast this and then Kiefer's like, well, I'm about to fucking wipe your memories, but she's like, no, please. I remember the whatever, and then he basically lets her keep the memories. Like, what do you think of that kind of device? And
I think it was a good plot device. The specific thing of Coco having this personal quest now to save her mom, and that being the reason that Kifri lets her keep her memories, because it's very human, and it's exactly the kind of situation where I think humans make exceptions. And so he ends up making that exception and allowing her to keep her memories and study magic. I thought it was pretty well done. Usually for situations like this, when someone's going on like a hero's journey, I sometimes feel like it's a bit like fabricated, literally just to, or obviously it's always fabricated, it's a story, but in a lot of other contexts, I feel like they don't put as much effort into giving a good reason for the hero being able to start this journey.
Right,
you know?
right.
And I feel like Coco does have quite a good reason for being able to go on this journey.
Yeah, I think they built it up like nice on the episode. Like, you know, there's like a clear goal, a clear motive. And then sometimes, like, I guess people don't like that as much. They're like, oh, they want to kind of figure out what it could be. But I think so far for me, I enjoyed how they set up the premise in episode 1. And just overall, like with the animation being pretty, arts being pretty, it felt like I was reading like a fairy tale. So which I really liked as well.
I thought the animation of Witch Hat, I'm just going to say, I think it's like 9.5 or 10 out of 10. It's so fucking good.
For me, it's 9.
Yeah.
I wouldn't give it a 9. I didn't give like a full 10. It's a little basic, I think, personally. Like,
you think so?
I mean, the animation is like very crisp. It's amazing. Like, it's very clean. But
I think you're trying to say the art style is basic.
Yeah, the art style.
I actually prefer this art style. To be honest, I've been liking it a lot. I know before we started, or last episode, when we were looking at which anime to watch, and we were looking at the different art styles, Nippon Sangoku looked really good. But actually, after watching the two, I prefer Witch Hat's art style and animation.
Okay. I have a lot to talk about the animation style in Nippon Sangoku, but I'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
But I mean, I still enjoy the animation.
I mean, I thought that, I brought it up a little earlier, but that scene where Kifri kind of like is saving Coco, and he's like flying around the air and doing all this magic with presumably no circles.
Yeah,
I thought that was a fantastic scene. It looks so fucking cool.
Yeah.
The animation was super sick, and it showed me the limits of this kind of the magic in this world. And I thought that was great, because all of a sudden my expectations were subverted. I thought they had to do all these circles and take super long to do some cool stuff, but turns out there's like levels to this shit, which is pretty cool.
And it kind of, I don't know if you watched this, but it kind of reminded me of Howl's Moving Castle, like the Studio Ghibli movie.
I haven't seen any Studio Ghibli movies.
Oh, really?
Yeah, none.
Okay. But yeah, there's like this one scene where Howl, these like weird looking spirits kind of chase Howl. But I really like that.
Yep.
So then overall, what'd you give the first episode a rating?
I thought it was a great episode. Even if we weren't doing this book club, if I had seen this first episode, I would continue watching for sure. Yeah, I thought it was super, super good. Turns out this is right up my alley.
Really? Hey?
Yeah. Even though it's like kid characters, and for me it would be so much cooler if instead of being like children in school, it would be much cooler for me if they were adults in university or on the job force.
Me too. Yeah.
If they were like learning magic as adults, that would be cooler to me. And also, like, for some reason, I don't know, just for me personally, stakes feel higher when it's an adult cast.
Yeah.
And I really like that. But that aside, I really, really liked episode 1. Yeah.
I give it a 7 out of 10.
Oh, fair enough.
What'd you give?
Actually, I don't know what I would give it in isolation, because I watched the 2 episodes back to back, like right back to back. So in my mind, even the events of the first episode are a little muddied with the second episode.
Okay.
Yeah, but I know I did really enjoyed the first episode.
Okay, what'd you think about the ending? The outro.
Oh, for the outro, I gave it an 8.
I also gave an outro a 5.
We gave it a 5.
Yeah, it was very average for me.
Damn, I liked this outro. I liked it more than the intro. It was like a cool acoustic song. Thought it was great.
For me, once again, like melody is what I really look for. It didn't really hit for me, to be honest.
Fair enough. I mean, you're much more musically sophisticated than I am as well.
But you got an 8. I mean, that's still good. Like, I mean, that's really good actually. You enjoyed it, hey?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. And then, so now going on to episode 2. I liked episode 2 more actually.
Yeah, I think I probably did too.
Yeah, the biggest reason why is that we got to see more of the development of the magic circles. Like, do you remember that scene where Coco was drawing that water circle?
Yeah.
And then that T was like longer than the other side, and that showed the projection of the water to a different direction, to the incorrect symmetry and the off balance of the pressures. Yeah. I think that just gives you so much opportunity to expand on the magic capabilities based on the drawings. Like, you could alter something that's tiny and then you could do something unimaginable. So I think that's like a really cool, genius way to introduce the abilities.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's a really cool way to play with this power system. And it makes sense. And I like when power systems make sense, when the spells react in, like, now that we've been educated on how these, kind of like the physics of the spells, we have like expectations of how these spells would react, and that feels nicer than something as simple as like Kamehameha just cause.
Yeah. Like, they're actually working towards an ability, and then like the effort isn't like you're fucking working out or like you're like training, you're cutting down trees, you're drawing. Yeah. Which is the foreshadow you mentioned before, Kai, for, because in the very first episode, she's like very masterful at the precision and the stability of her hands and doing the tailoring, which I could clearly see is going to be transferred to the magic skills, I think.
Mm-hmm. It was super interesting to see how she's so confident in her abilities as a tailor while she's cutting up that piece of fabric for the mage Kifri. And then all of a sudden when she's doing, and this should be quite a stressful moment for her. I don't know if she actually realized that Kifri was watching her there while she was cutting. I don't think she did, right?
Well, I think I remember she like kind of drew it like within herself. Like, she was shy.
Oh no, I mean the fabric.
Oh,
she's cutting the fabric. Yeah. I feel like that would be
she's so focused into the thing.
Yeah, and I feel like that would be like a really stressful moment for her because it's like her job,
Yeah.
It's like her family business.
And one thing I liked is that, like, in my mind, I was like, oh man, are they just going to make her OP? Like, she's going to draw like a perfect magic circle, but she didn't, which I liked. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I thought that was a good move.
Yeah, and then she moves on to drawing these magic circles, and the poise is not there whatsoever. She's clearly super nervous, is not able to remember her. I'm sure like hours and hours, like hundreds of hours of training at this point, working as a tailor, doing something very similar to drawing magic circles, drawing on the fabrics, and she's incapable of doing it just because of her anxiety and fear. And thought it was really well done.
Yeah. What'd you think about the Powerpuff Girls?
Oh, you're talking about her classmates, right? Yeah. So first, in my notes, I wrote Eggot's a little shit.
The purple.
Yeah, the purple haired girl.
Yeah. But she wasn't that bad, to be honest. Like, compared to
at the beginning, I was like a little spooked. I thought like, oh fuck, don't let this like be a bully. I don't want to see like fucking this little kid girl get bullied by some other kid girl. Mm-hmm. So it doesn't seem like Eggot's actually a bully. The purple hair girl seems like she's just like
very serious,
like Sasuke,
Yeah,
pretty much.
Yeah,
maybe even like a little nicer than Sasuke.
Yeah, I guess Sasuke wasn't really a bully either, to be honest. He was just like super edgy.
Yeah, he was just like angry all the time.
Yeah.
Because of Itachi and stuff.
I mean, I guess like it's fair.
Understandable. I'm sure Eggot has a similar story.
Yeah.
Like a tragic backstory or something like that.
I wonder, actually, that's a good point, because the Powerpuff Girls, like, their reaction was kind of like, oh shit, like, you're the girl who used this magic. So I wonder if like Eggot especially has had bad experience with normal, quote unquote, normal people using magic when they shouldn't have been.
Or I had a little thought. Maybe Eggot has a very similar story to Coco.
That'd be
she was like a commoner and accidentally used magic or something like that. Mm-hmm. And now she's trying to master magic to right whatever wrong she did or something like that.
Yeah. And then, that got me curious, because they mentioned it in the second episode, like people who use magic versus normal people. But then it's technically like, that's just based on status, right? Like, they're not born with special abilities.
Nope.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So I think it was episode. I can't remember. I think it was episode 1 actually, where they tell us the story of magic and how everyone. Was it episode 1 or 2?
And 2, I think Kiefer kind of talks about why magic was forbidden for the general public.
Right. So he tells us how everyone was able to use magic and it was commonplace, and then it inevitably led to war, which is understandable. You know, when you have, with great power comes great responsibility.
Yeah,
as always.
Yeah,
and
that's literally what my wife said.
Yeah.
Well, because we watched it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, and you know, makes sense. Not every human in the world, in any world, presumably is kind-hearted and rational. So it led to bad spells being created and wars and stuff like that. And because of this, as a reaction to this, those in power, or it was a bunch of mages that took an oath, which seems a little fishy.
Yeah.
You know, very fishy actually. But the story is that these mages took an oath to keep magic a secret and not let the commoners have access to it, because to prevent something from this happening again, which first of all makes me question, okay, you took this little fucking oath with you, but then what'd you do with everyone that didn't take that oath?
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah, because everyone knew magic.
There's probably like a group of witches. Like,
not only that, it's if there aren't, you had to get rid of them.
Yeah.
You know?
And I wonder, like, there's like probably some element of like authoritarian, like dictator, like the wizard government versus this other government who wishes to not be repressed, like revolutionary.
I definitely smell genocide here.
Yeah, I know. And I smell like the differences in ideologies. Probably people who would think magic should be there for everyone because it will benefit humanity, versus magic should be preserved for the only people who are deemed responsible.
Yes, and there's a clear, like, huge problem here with, you know, taking away magic from all the people, and it's that magic was not the problem, you know. The problem was the fucking ink. Like, that ink should be regulated. It should be hard to get access to that ink. It shouldn't be that magic should be taken away from all humans. Yeah,
and actually, now you say that, in the first episode, Kiefer was like, when he first interacted with Coco, she was like, "Oh, you're so like enthralled with magic," and he's like, "Magic." He's basically like, "Oh, magic's not that great." So I wonder, you know, there's probably so much history behind this magic thing.
Yeah, maybe mages just say that though, to try to make other people less curious about it.
Could be.
Yeah.
And then in second episode, Kiefer was also like, you kind of saw that he had ulterior motives though, right? Like from taking in Coco, because he talked to someone. Yeah.
Well, I don't know if that would be ulterior motives. I thought maybe he was just covering for her. Well, actually, no, you're right, because clearly they're trying
like he's
to find
after this like book, or this like witch who gave her this book.
Yeah. I mean, and that was the selling point of Coco being able to keep her memories, since she said that she has memorized certain pages of the book. And that's pretty much the only reason why Kiefer. Well, actually, no, it's not the only reason why. I'm sure her mother's situation played a certain role in it.
Yeah.
In his decision to let Coco keep her memories and become a mage. But the book definitely helps push the point across. That's for sure.
So what do you think's going to happen?
Where we go from here?
Yeah.
So there was that one scene with the window, the revolving window. Do you remember?
Yes. Like a door, like and it opens with like a different portal.
Yeah.
Which is also kind of similar in Howl's Moving Castle, by the way. But anyways, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Once I saw that, I thought that was super fucking cool, because that kind of painted a picture of me for what's to come. I'm sure that castle library, that's going to be the future for Coco, something that she's going to have to conquer.
Yeah.
And seeing that scene made me super excited. It looked really cool. Looked like a really fun adventure. Yeah. I'm sure some crazy shit's going to go down.
Do you think the next episode is going to be like Coco just proving her worth Agot?
Yeah. So how episode 2 ends was Agot basically challenging Coco to some kind of
prove
test.
Herself, basically. Yeah.
So I'm guessing, the next episode or 2 at least will be, you know, a bunch of character development and fresh friendship development between, like you said, Powerpuff Girls and Coco. And Kiefer said he'll be gone for a couple days, as Gojo Satoru always does.
Yeah. So I hope we see like what he's up to.
Yeah. I really hope that he doesn't just disappear from the story. I hope we get to see. I hope it like cuts in and out, you know, gives us little updates on exactly what Kiefer is up to.
Yeah. Who do you think that weird witch is? Like the one who gave the book? Like, what do you think their vibe is?
The one that gave it to Coco?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm torn between, it's either going to be like an old lady, like grandma witch, or it's going to be like some classic anime baddie under that.
I hope they don't go with like the baddie route.
I hope it's something that makes sense for the story.
Yeah.
But were you asking about like that, or if I think much about like what my thoughts are about that person's like organization or something?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
I guess like motive. I guess maybe the motive was that maybe that person is of the ideology that magic should be given to everyone.
Yeah, but
then they give like that fucking forbidden magic.
Yeah, because that book had. So when Coco was playing around with that book, she did some basic spells, right? At first, she started off with fire, water, whatever the heck.
Yeah, they were pretty good too.
Yeah, and it went fine. Everything was fine up until she randomly decided to go for that one forbidden spell. And I'm just curious why this like crazy forbidden spell would be seemingly on just like a random page of this book alongside all these basic spells. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, good point. I don't think we have anything too much to really make any predictions, but those are some ideas.
Yeah.
So then for you couldn't really give me a rating after the first episode. So then overall, combined.
There's another thing. I know that you really like food scenes. I thought the animation of the food scene was
I completely forgot about that.
Yeah, I thought it was crazy. It was like super good.
The bread, the stew. It's super simple, but it looked really good.
Yeah, the animation in general for Witch Hat I thought was actually top tier.
Yeah.
Feels like it reminded me a lot of like Free Run, where sure you won't see like a ton of crazy stuff going on, but the scenes that mattered, well, actually not even just the scenes that matter. I feel like every scene in Witch Hat was animated quite well, and I'm sure once we do get to the fight scenes, it's gonna look amazing.
Yeah. So what's your rating?
For can I rate them like together?
Yeah, altogether.
Yeah, I would give it like 8.5. I think. Yeah.
Okay, mine's a 7. I'll say. Like it's got me interested to continue watching. But it wasn't like mind blowing for me, to be honest.
Yeah, I really liked it, and maybe I liked it so much because there is massive contrast between the vibe of Witch Hat and the vibe of Nippon Sangoku.
Yeah. Should we move on to Nippon Sangoku?
Yeah, I think so. Do you want to give? Okay, so I think we should do like a little prediction thing. Do you want to do that at the end of each anime or at the end altogether?
We already did, didn't we, for Witch Hat?
No, like the 90%, 50%, 10% thing that I was telling you about. Like something that you think is 90% likely, a prediction that you think 90% likely, a prediction you think is 50% likely, and a prediction you think is 10% likely.
I kind of said it. 90% is going to be kind of like a prove yourself arc, friendship development, and then what Keyfree's going to be up to. 50%, I think the Powerpuff Girls are going to backstab. Coco.
Yeah.
And then 10%, Coco's going to lose her memories.
Okay. Yeah. I said for 90%, I think Coco's going to save her mom. For 50%, I actually couldn't think of one. But I really like your thing for the Powerpuff Girls, stab her in the back, or at least one.
Yeah.
But I'll put my 50% as like, Agot has a very similar tragic story to Coco. And then my 10% hot take is Keyfree's going to die.
Oh, that's a good one, actually.
Yeah, you think so?
Yeah, that is a good one.
I feel like someone's got to die.
Or I think he's a bad guy.
Oh, I got one last thing to say about Witch Hat. Bro, fuck the guy or whoever the fuck it was that did the synopsis on my anime list, because it dead ass just spoils like episode 1.
Oh, I completely forgot about it.
Yeah, well, I
wasn't
remember
even in my head. Yeah,
it was like fucking. Oh no, I'm not saying you did anything wrong. Yeah. Just whoever wrote that synopsis, like, dude, they spoil the mom's death or like the tragic thing with the mom in the synopsis, and it happens like.
But I guess that's not like a huge thing though. I think.
Yeah, but I was like expecting it the whole time now.
Oh,
yeah, I was like, okay, end of episode 1, this mom is gonna get like fucked over. You know?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that was my last complaint.
Okay. Nippon Sangoku. Fucking love the first 2 episodes.
Oh yeah,
it's crazy. Yeah.
It was intense. That's for sure.
Dude, I think for me actually, just to give a general preface of episode 1 now, the big thing for me, I love the art style and animation. I'll talk about it more later, but I think that's probably. Right now, 80% of the reason why I really like the anime. Yeah.
Interesting.
I also love the opening.
Yeah.
The opening's so good. I probably give it an 8.5 out of 10.
Okay.
The hook is so good. It's so in your face. The melody's so catchy. I would listen to it over and over again.
This opening, I actually give my lowest rating. I gave it a 6.5.
Damn.
Yeah, not to say it was bad. Again, I was pretty focused on, or I'm realizing I think I was comparing the two a lot. And if I remember correct, I don't remember any of the openings or endings too well, but if I remember correctly, the vibe for the opening of Nippon Sangoku was a bit more dreary, was it?
I thought it was actually, no, I want to say dreary.
Okay, then I don't remember what the opening sounds like, but I did give it a 6.5.
Okay, that's fair. Like, I'll continue to listen to the opening over and over again.
I'm going to listen to it again too, anyways.
Yeah.
just because that's what I usually do.
Yeah.
But yeah, it could grow on me.
I really like the premise.
Yeah.
The post-apocalyptic premise of the Reiwa era is over. It's like a combination of everything that culminated into the downfall of Japan, which is like nuclear wars, pandemics, earthquakes, civil wars, and then now we got this era. I think which is a really, really good plot device, because I'll probably say this multiple times throughout the episode, but the juxtaposition is so nice between now how they're in a modern state versus but they're still kind of living in the Meiji era back then. For example, the main character is only 15 years old, but he's like hacking darts, you know what I mean? Like, and the maturity is already different. Like, he seems super mature to an actual 15-year-old because probably of the life events that's happened in that era. Like, there's lots of wars. There's like, it's kind of an authoritarian dictatorship as well, divided by the 3 factions. So I really like the setup for this.
Yeah, I know. One thing I noticed was that was quite normalized in this world.
Yeah,
because we see in certain scenes, I won't give it away already, but it's like in certain scenes there's like a small time skip, not very long at all, only a couple of days, and all of a sudden like people are dead, and everyone else is just going on with their life because they have to.
And that's something I really like, because they allude to our time, like our current time, almost as if like death isn't supposed to be normal. But then in the first episode, it's pretty up in your face, like very nonchalant. It happens right away.
Yeah, and
they're pretty upfront about it. And the tone when they give that first death, which is some person, it's not delivered very heavily, actually. It's kind of like the tone overall is kind of comical, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean,
the way
it was
it's
like,
animated.
For me, it was like freaky, surreal.
Yeah, you know? Yeah, but that's why, once again, the juxtaposition, death, yet the music that's used is a little bit not that heavy. It's like a little bit enlightening, actually, like a little bit light. And then the fatso is also laughing around with it as well. So he was able to portray something so severe yet grim in a very nonchalant way, which is something I thought was really cool. And once again, in the very beginning, the juxtaposition's already there. They're in a post-apocalyptic era, but they allude to these current era themes.
Not post-apocalyptic, post-collapse.
Post-collapse, yeah. Because they mentioned that thing about the wedding dress, which the wife doesn't know the meaning of the wedding dress, but they still kind of use it. So it's all interwoven in their current society as well, which I think is really, really cool.
Yeah, I also really, really love the premise, like you said, of the 3 warring nations in Japan, going back to the Sangoku period. Yeah, I also thought it was super cool how they're fighting for territory. I played a lot of video games with similar themes where you have warring factions fighting for like territory on a map. And I always love that kind of stuff. I think it's so fun. So this premise is like super, super cool to me as well. I guess like the only one thing that I might have a gripe with is they have guns, and I wish it was like all swords and bows instead. Just because guns are like so fucking... Like, it's like someone's got a gun, it's fucking over, you know. You can't do much.
But they do use swords too, though.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, but then I'm just thinking, like, if you got one guy with a sword, one guy with a gun, sword guy's got no chance, you know. Sword guy's just fucked.
Yeah.
So just for that alone, I don't like guns too much, but you can kind of tell that action isn't exactly a main focal point of this anyways.
What'd you think about the main character?
I like him. Yeah. I really like the main character. I mean, he has his flaws, of course, as his wife points out. But still, I think he's a really smart guy. I like him a lot more than I do a lot of other characters.
Yeah.
Actually, I really, really like this main character.
He's super interesting.
Yeah.
Man, that last scene of the first episode where his wife got beheaded and he just kind of fucking clocks in. It's like, oh man, I mean, like, unrealistic, to be honest, like 15-year-old. But maybe it is actually in that state of society. But then he was able to get that like right away. And that scene, the animation was so cool. Like when they kind of revert the time back and he's thinking throughout his thoughts and he's like, I gotta be collective, I gotta be calm. And then he's able to kind of refute back to that fatso.
Do you think you'd be able to do that?
No way. Not at all.
I know, me neither. I wish I could, but I don't think I would.
And then that was foiled by him literally breaking down and breaking apart. Like he was crying his heart out. And then,
man, what a tragic fucking thing. And I fucking hate when this shit happens. Like just last week, or maybe like 2 weeks ago, I was complaining about how my grievances with Katana Gatari and Gurren Lagann, because these characters that are, you know, so lovable and just such likable characters getting killed off. I hate it. I fucking hate this shit.
I like it because like it's harsh, it's realistic. Like in a true authoritarian state, like probably literally even in our current society, you make comments like that to such a political figure, you're probably gone. Like you get shot, you get beheaded. Yeah. Like, this is very real. So I like that they delivered it, like not without being make it like too heavy in terms of the tone delivery, but it was still like, once again, the style of animation and the music that they used didn't make it really that like despairing.
For me, it was still quite heavy, still quite despairing, just because it's such a young couple. And like I said, his wife was so lovable. His wife was like truly his second half, saying things like giving him courage.
They grew up together. Yeah.
Yeah. And the last thing that she parts him with, it's like he really takes that to heart. He loses a part of himself, but in some sense, he kind of becomes more whole.
He gets the courage that they talked about at the very end.
Yeah, almost like he inherits her courage. And man, when I first saw that scene of her standing up to the fucking asshole, I knew
tax guy.
Yeah, I knew what was gonna come.
Yeah, I knew it was over.
I knew what was coming, and I'm totally cheering for her. I'm on her side, like fuck yeah, stick it to the man. Fuck that bitch, get yours.
Yeah,
or like give him his comeuppance, but. Yeah, it's just heartbreaking.
Yeah, I agree. It is pretty heartbreaking, but I like the advancement of how he kind of
Me too. I'm
tries
glad,
to triumph with that trauma.
Yeah, I'm glad that we didn't have to see too much of Aoteru despairing. I'm glad it quickly moves on to him being able to hold on to himself and continue on with his life and find new motivation and
true.
Find meaning in the rest of his life.
So for me, like I mentioned this before, like I love the art style.
Yep.
This like gritty kind of like realism is not your conventional style of anime.
Yeah.
The edges and the outlines are really dark compared to like one in Witch Hat, which I really enjoy. It reminds me of I'm not sure if you know this, but like the traditional Japanese illustrations, like it's called like Yukio. Like have you seen like the tsunami picture by like traditional ones?
Yeah.
It's like kind of like that style as well. And it seems like you're reading like a comic book, like not a manga, but like a comic book. You see like the captions, like the sound effects, literally in Japanese words, like which is like really cool.
Yeah, I think I seen it a lot in like Junji Ito stuff.
Yeah, exactly. And then their transitions with the dramatic animations are sick. Like once again, the first episode when he's breaking down and he relives like the moment of what he should do to make the right words to the fatso. And they do this quite a lot, but the frequent zoom ins to their facial expressions, especially to their eyes. And it's like very sparkly at times. You can see the blush. I think it's super, super well done, and it dramatizes the expressions of the characters. And I really like the contrast in first episodes. All the colors are muted in the snow. It's black and white and grayscale, but there's like some warm tones that makes it a little bit pop up, like the blush of the wife, the eye color sometimes, and then finally the blood, which transition later on as the main character kind of gets over this trauma, or quote unquote get on, and then moves on to go to Osaka. The colors kind of come back alive, which I think was super, super cool. Yeah,
I thought it was cool too. But I will say that specific color palette is, when I see that, I can tell that this is going to be a bit more of an intense and dreary and emotional story. Reminded me a lot, to be honest, of like Ping Pong, because Ping Pong is like just black and white the whole time. Yeah. And that first episode felt a lot like that to me as well. Yeah. And the movements are not as like fluid in Witch Hat. It's like almost like, I don't know, like 10 FPS, like a little bit jagged, which is something I really, really like as well. Yeah, the animation is beautiful. The soundtrack is also, it's not as, in your face, but it's nice. There's actually, it seems like there's a fair amount of comedy in Nippon Sangoku. Exactly. What do you think of that? Well, I mean, I've been mentioning it throughout this entire podcast, but like, it's a nice contrast and juxtaposition to the delivery of the heavy themes, but they still yet to make it pretty somewhat comical and lighthearted, which is, I think, something can be hard to do, but then they're doing it pretty well right now. To be honest, not all the comedy bits have landed with me. Actually, most of them haven't landed with me. And I think the reason for that specifically is because I'm affected so much by the negatives so far in the story. But I think after a couple episodes, because this is exactly how I felt about Ping Pong as well, I could feel like something like building, something like tension constantly. But then once you get to the ending, I'm sure I'm gonna love this show. But I still feel a lot of tension right now. Yeah, watching this show. Same. Yeah, I love the outro, the ending. By the way. Oh yeah, so I like the outro more than the opening as well. Once again, 8.5 out of 10. Very, very good melody, and that's very catchy. I listened to it over and over again. Yeah, I liked it more than Witch Hat for me personally. Yeah, I give the ending a 7.5, but I also liked it a lot, pretty close to my rating for Witch Hat.
I give this episode a rating of like 9 out of 10.
Oh, like together, right? Both together?
No, for me, this is just a single episode.
Oh, just the first episode.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because we haven't even talked about the second episode yet, or very much.
Yeah.
It's hard for me to give it a fair rating, to be honest. I know it was very good, but it just makes me sad when his wife dies. But I think I'm happy with giving it an 8.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. That's good. That's good.
But I think I did enjoy Witch Hat more. But
interesting.
But still, it's just because Witch Hat is like, I feel safer there.
Yeah.
You know?
Like I like, if I have to be honest, I like Nippon Sangoku like significantly better than Witch Hat.
I can see Nippon Sangoku being a much more, not a much more compelling story, but by the end, a more compelling story. And I do like the setting of Nippon Sangoku actually more than I do Witch Hat.
What'd you think of the second episode?
So in the second episode, he makes it to Osaka. And then he is searching for a hotel, and that's where he meets, I'm guessing, the second most important character coming along in this story. So it's like he's in like a hotel with a bunch of gangsters.
Yeah.
And they have like a little conversation. And actually, I really loved this conversation that they built up to between Aoteru and, I don't remember the blondies. I think blonde guy, right? Or did he have black hair?
I don't think I remember seeing a blonde
whatever.
guy.
It's like shoulder cut. You know the guy I'm talking about, sword guy.
Oh, you mean like the secondary character?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he has black hair. Yeah,
black hair guy. Yeah, and they have this big conversation between the two, and I really, really liked once Aoteru started talking back.
Like you could feel his sincerity, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like, and the guy thought he was just like fucking around. He's like joking.
Yeah.
But like I was like, this guy's like.
Yeah. The line that I loved the most from Aoteru was, and it was such a banger. He just tells the whole crowd once they're like heckling him, basically trying to force him to respect their leader. And Aoteru just says like, what's all this peer pressure? You know? And, totally makes sense. Like, bro, why are you guys trying to pressure me into liking this guy? If he's such a badass, then I'll fucking like him,
Yeah. He reminds me of a character from Mob Psycho.
Oh, really? Who?
Yeah. No, just like he fits in a vibe of Mob Psycho.
Yeah, I could see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, he's like this narcissist who needs to be admired, who needs to be like in the center of attention. And then the main character comes through and he's like, oh fuck. He's kind of taken over.
Yeah, I mean, he's like, he gets shown up, he's met someone that is not not a match in terms of intelligence, but basically a superior,
Yeah. I would say match to intelligence actually. Probably not like martial arts prowess, but definitely.
I would say Aoteru is superior to the new guy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying like the gangster, he has finally met someone that is not only a match, but is superior to him in terms of intelligence. Someone that he can't just overcome by being flashy.
Yeah. And once again, I mentioned this before, but they always kind of allude to the previous modern era. Like, for example, him saying how, like just because you say these fancy words doesn't mean they think you're like always smart. Like they might like simpler words, and that's not actually how it was referred to as back then. So they always like mention these things throughout the story, which I think was really nice to see.
One thing I really, really like about Aoteru, it's something that we see in all these like tense situations, is he comes across as someone that is so sure of himself. But doesn't he?
In the beginning, no, not at all.
Oh no, I mean like post his wife's death.
I actually don't get that too much from him.
Oh really? You don't think so?
I think there's a part of him that's like a facade yet, like so far, a little bit.
Yeah, maybe it is a facade, but in those tense situations, at least to me, Aoteru seems so sure of himself, even though we kind of know that he's not really capable physically,
Physically, yeah.
Yeah, he's not really capable.
Yeah.
Yet he is still able to so confidently like navigate the situations where he is totally in danger, Like if he says the wrong thing, he could just fucking die. Someone could just kill him, which we already saw, multiple people get murdered for like literally no reason.
Yeah.
Already. And yet he's still standing 10 toes down.
Exactly. And then in this episode, like I'm completely biased here. I really liked it because it was like an exam arc, which is like I'm a killer for, like a tuning exam or stuff like that. And they're writing some sort of exam to
more so like the build up.
Yeah, being like the retainer of that general.
Yeah.
I really liked it. I also really liked how they showed Osaka, which is basically current Osaka, a little bit run down. Me being into Osaka, like I think that was a really nice touch and nice to see. And then once again, they mentioned like the previous era where you'd wait like 3 hours in line for a ride, and then they kind of compare it to the current situation where they're waiting.
They're like talking about like Disney rides. And
Yeah. So I always like these like kind of references to the previous era to the current era, which is a nice touch to see.
You know, one thing I noticed was jumping back to the intro of the anime where they talk about the problems in the world that led to the post-collapse Japan. I thought it was hilarious how the things that they're mentioning are literally happening in the world right now.
The aging population, I think is a big thing.
Yeah, the disparity of wealth, you know?
Yeah, and the pandemic, I guess, like, the COVID, kind of true. And basically like a combination of all of the natural disasters and the man-made disasters that just happened. What do you think of that last maybe 5 minutes of the exam scene where people are trying to kneel down that general?
Yeah, so obviously this is like not a physical problem. This is like a mental problem, you know, trying to figure out how to get the guy to his knees. And I couldn't figure it out. I thought about it.
Me neither.
What's the solution? And our genius friend, Altair's genius friend, decides at the end of the episode to try to take out his knees with his sword.
Yeah.
How do you think that's going to go? Do you think someone's going to stop him?
No, I think he's just gonna jump. To be honest,
really,
like the general, he's gonna be like whoop, and then
because I guess he didn't say he was not gonna move. He just said like get me to my knees.
Yeah,
but how do you get this guy to his knees?
I don't know. Yeah. But the whole scene was so sick. Like the jazz music rundown was so fucking sick, and then as the time was going by, I really like how they like animate their ancillary thoughts, like their inner monologues. For example, when both the main character and their friend, they're thinking about how to, like, a solution to this. Like there was a scene where the clock is ticking and their heads are kind of moving along as well. Oh man, I thought those scenes were so sick. Yeah,
that was also my favorite scene from the 2 episodes that we saw, with the border of the screen basically like getting smaller and smaller until it's only their eyes. I thought that was super well done as well. Clearly there's going to be a ton of like fantastic cinematography in Nippon Sangoku. Reminds me a little bit of, I don't know if you've seen any of the Monogatari series.
I watched the first one.
Yeah, okay.
Well, actually, no, not the first. I can't say the first one. I watched Bakemonogatari.
Yeah, so in that...
Actually, you know what? It does kind of remind me of the Monogatari series.
Yeah, because in that they use like a lot of still scenes and title cards and really like vibrant
color palette
still scenes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know exactly. What'd you say?
Color palette? No, but it's not.
Yeah, and it's like most of Monogatari is like quite like not bland, but the color is like washed out. But then once you have like those title screens, they're always like really, really vibrant color, like a deep purple or like a deep red. And then once it gets to like the fight scenes, then the color comes alive and stuff.
Yeah.
And it reminds me a little bit of Monogatari in that sense.
One thing, like if I had to pinpoint something that I didn't like too much, was I thought the pacing was a little bit jagged. Like maybe that's their intention.
I kind of expected it, to be honest. It only being 12 episodes. Yeah, I feel like because right now the story is still so... I mean, we're only 2 episodes in, but I assume there's like a ton of story left to go, you know? So I think they're probably just going to be fast tracking this early part. Like I expect that these 2 guys are going to make it onto the border patrol or whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's when like the adventure is really going to begin.
Yeah, because it is apparently a book, like a novel series, not a manga series.
Really?
So I wonder like that has to do something with it.
Damn, dude, if this is something that's going to be like 4 seasons, that's going to suck.
Really? You think so?
Well, if it's like 4 seasons, well, even if it's like 2 seasons, it's not like next season is going to be next year, you know?
Yeah, that's true. So what do you think is going to happen?
In the future?
No, like the subsequent episodes.
Yeah, I think where we're going to go from here is, I can't figure out at all how he's going to get this guy to his knees. You know what would be a crazy twist? Altair doesn't pass.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That might happen, actually.
Yeah, because up till now, we've been operating under the premise that he's just going to be successful. You know, he's going to pass this, and then he's going to join the thing, and then he's going to save Japan and reunite Japan. But it would be interesting if he actually isn't able to pass.
Yeah. That's true.
Because then what the fuck does he do? Because like he's not just gonna give up. You know.
Is that your 90%? Is that your 50%? Is that your 10%?
Oh, my predictions. Do you want to hear them?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. That's what we're doing right now.
My 90%. I don't have anything yet, but I'll think of one. But my 50%.
I think for me, 90% is he's gonna pass. He's gonna come up with something.
Yeah, 90% probably. I don't know. I tried to pick like some stuff that maybe wasn't too obvious, but yeah, I'll say like maybe he's gonna pass, I guess. But my 50% is that Altair is going to die by the end. I think there's
I feel like that's my 10%.
Really?
Yeah.
I actually think there's a 50, at least right now.
My 50% is that the friends are going to die. Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that. But then
the only reason why I say that is because the main character is literally the title character on the poster series.
Yeah, but has there been anime where the main character, like actually the main character dies? Oh yeah, there
I
is.
guess Orb. Yeah.
But I could totally see Aoteru dying, man. This story just gives me the
next
vibe.
episode.
No, not next episode. I mean by the end.
I'm talking about like.
Oh well, these 90-50-20, 90-50-10. I'm saying it for like just like general predictions, you know.
Oh well, 90% they're gonna reunite in the whole
all of Japan. Like he'll succeed.
Yeah, like 50%. I still think the friend's gonna die.
I think Aoteru is gonna die.
And 50%. Then I think 10%, like the main character is just going to run a dictatorship on his own.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
He just becomes Aaron.
Yeah, basically.
My 10% is that it's going to be an ending that I'll actually be happy with.
Oh, yeah.
I think there's only a 10% chance that I'll actually be like, watch the final episode and be like, I'm really happy with that ending. Not to say that I think it's going to be a bad ending. I think it's just going to be a heartbreaking ending.
Actually, you know what? Like, I think actually there's a high chance that he's gonna die.
Yeah, that's why I put it at 50%.
Yeah,
I could totally see this guy dying so tragically, and I don't even know if that would make for a good story. Personally, I want him to succeed, but I kind of want like everyone in their stories to succeed. And I know that doesn't always make for the best story.
Yeah, I agree.
But in such a dreary world, I would really like for the good guys to get a dub.
Yeah, I wonder though if he actually doesn't mind dying. You know, the love of his life fucking got beheaded.
I mean, he was almost resigned to dying, if you remember in episode 1.
Yeah,
because he did not instantly think about negotiating. His first thought instantly was to start trying to kill them. And he said he was going to take out a couple, but then he's going to die right there. Like he can't take them all out. He'll take out the.
Oh, actually, yeah, that's
like
true.
He was
that's true. That's true.
He was like, first I'll take out this guy, then I'll take out this guy, then I'll kill Fatso, but then the other two will be able to kill me, and then I'll die here.
Yeah.
So he was, he was almost ready to die.
Yeah, that's true.
Until something kicked in.
So for me, my overall rating for the first 2 episodes of Nippon Sangoku is 9 out of 10. Yeah.
For me, I think I give it. Overall, the first 2 episodes, I didn't enjoy them that much, but I'm really looking forward to the future. Not that I didn't enjoy them that much. I did enjoy them. I didn't think they were like super, super amazing, but I'm really looking forward to the future. So I will give. What did you give?
9.
I think I give an 8.
Isn't that what you gave Witch Hat though?
Really?
I think so.
Huh. Then I'll give it a 7.5.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I did like Witch Hat more than than Nippon Sangoku.
It's good to know. Interesting.
But a lot of that is just because of like my taste,
Yeah. Of
I'm
course.
scared to get hurt.
Yeah. I think that's it. We'll watch the next 2 episodes and then we'll.
What are we at for time?
We're an hour.
Oh, okay, great.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Cool.
So we'll watch the episode 3, 4 for each. Oh, it's a good thing that these animes are done, so we don't have to wait like forever to wait.
Yeah.
But I mean, so far I'm having a good time.
Me too.
But yeah, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I'm excited for the future. I think these first 2 episodes will probably be the slowest, and then I'm expecting it to pick up quite a bit. I mean, we're already seeing like our heroes are about to face their first big challenge, both with Coco and her test with Egot, and now Aoteru taking his exam to try to get into the.
Exactly.
Yeah. So things are finally starting to go down, and I'm excited.
Yeah. Well, that's it for today. Thanks for tuning in. Is that tuning?
Yeah, tuning.
Yeah, oh fuck, I don't know. We'll catch up with Kai and Cohen.
Yeah, make sure you watch episode 3 and 4 in preparation for next Thursday's episode.
Yes.
And we will. You got anything else to say?
No, that's pretty much it.
We will catch you in the next one.